Hello, 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 hello. We'll just do our usual and hang around for 5 minutes.
Good evening, Keith. How are we?
I am not too bad. Thank you very much, Colin. Yourself?
I'm not too shabby, mate. Not too shabby.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. How's your weekend?
All right, mate. All right. Working and on out and all
Just
that.
all
Actually.
right. Working, being a sandwich connoisseur.
Aye. Get some bread, get some meat, go to town. Why not?
It's called sandwich.
Hmm.
I think I flicking put these in the groups where we can't see names on folks. I do apologise, everybody.
Good evening.
Hello, 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 hello. How are we all feeling this evening?
Get some bread, get some meat, go to town.
That's mental. Right, we need to.
Up to.
I just
I
wanted to
did
hear,
your ringtone or something.
I just wanted to hear you going about bread and meat again. What can I say? Something different. So how is everyone? Are we all good today? I've done that bloody in the comments. So he will be sadly missed. Yes, William would be very sadly missed. Unfortunately. It's a shame that we have lots of positive stuff happen after him. So we can't be too down. Try my best. And this is going to be a case of jumping back and forth now because I'm a plum and finding out who's commenting on these comments. Because I am a plonker, to put it politely.
I would be what to putting it politely. That fucking nearly talked tonight.
And this is going to be a case of jumping back and forth now. Freaking. No, that's not even. Oh, I give up. Whoever, if you comment, you're going to have to tell us who you are because unfortunately, Papa Jen is solidus. Yes, you will. Unfortunately. Anyway, I figured today that it would be quite relevant to talk about bereavement. Now, we're not going to go a deep dive into what bereavement is. We all know, obviously, what bereavement is and the devastation it can cause. But, for everybody, we'll have a wee talk about it and pass on some of our own experiences and how we felt and talk about the different stages today.
Mm-hmm.
Something I think that's quite on the nose today for me personally. So bereavement, as we all know, is the loss of somebody important, friend, family member, cat, dog, pet. Doesn't matter what. As you've lost somebody that's important to you. I mean, doesn't.
Starfish.
Pardon?
Your pet starfish, Patrick.
Hey, when he died, that was really sad. Kept one of his arms. No, no.
What's your back off?
I mean, I'm sure. I mean, I'm getting to that age now where bereavement's going to be a bit more relevant. It's going to be, the late 30s. We're game over now. Everybody's going to be going their own ways soon. And, well, yeah. I'm trying to think of a story. My earliest recollection of bereavement is, well, my uncle. He took his own life. He was not in a good place. I found out New Year's Eve to New Year's Day morning. They found his body on New Year's Day. He hung himself. And it was a weird experience because I was really close to my uncle and, he was having a bad time with his wife. I don't want to go into too much, obviously. And found a tree. No, sorry, found the power pylon, hung the rope up. Day after, hung himself. Found out, bawled my eyes out for 2 days. Then when it came to his funeral, it was like I had to be the strong one, not cry, don't get upset, let everybody else know that it's going to be okay, especially for his kids. And I don't know, it's dead weird. I've not had much personal bereavement, but this was just a weird experience where I was sad, but I wanted
Right.
to be strong for everybody, if that makes sense. So,
Uh,
while everybody was crying at his funeral and all these eulogies and his daughter saying about how he was and all that sort of stuff, I was just sitting there listening. But everybody around me was crying, but I couldn't. I just sat there and went, well, someone's got to be strong for everybody. And I don't know if I actually properly grieved for him, but it was not. I don't know. It's a weird one.
I know what you're saying there, Keith. 5 years ago, a big friend of mine, he well committed suicide.
Hmm.
Um, and at the same time, couldn't deal with it. She just couldn't accept the fact that her boy died. So it was left then to a friend of mine, well, his best mate, to help organise the funeral. So I pulled my big boy pants on and
It's not much else you can do.
lent a hand and all, helped organise bits and bobs for it. But I mean, at the same time at the funeral, they get up and on behalf of like all the friends, we all I spoke on their behalf a couple of minutes about him, and at that point it was just a case of you think I was addressing the nation, kind of
Yeah.
had to be big and strong for it. But after that, I done my wee bit of said my goodbyes and had my wee tear. Well, no, man, it's just how everyone's programmed to get on with that situation.
Not everything's the same, is it? It's not. It's not. It's not like everybody has the same coping strategies or the same way that we all, engage with bereavement,
Mm,
which makes it an interesting subject. I mean, an interesting thing to talk about because everybody's experiences and everybody's own personal thoughts and feelings will be different. And I'm pretty sure, you know, there'll be plenty of folk in the messages here today that'll have their own experience with bereavement, and it would be quite interesting to see how everybody else coped with their bereavement. I mean, be I would be really interested to see if everybody went through the 7 stages, which we will be going through. But it'd be interesting. It's a weird topic, this one, because you find it a bit too hard. Other people find it
well,
something easy to deal
that
with.
comment there is from Michael Trainer.
Hello, Michael.
Oh,
We
Michelle
also,
Trainer. Sorry, Michelle. Oh, quick.
oh
Right,
Michelle,
no.
we also seem to accept
Hold
it.
on,
Hello,
Keith.
that's Michelle. Faye. She just
Keith,
like
where are you?
I don't know. So we all seem to accept it more when people grow old and enjoy life, but it seems to be struggle more when people it's younger. When it's younger people, we have had a loss of a 17-year-old, a 20-year-old on, and I still think of him. I do apologise, I'm going to butcher what you're saying or make it better. I'm not quite sure. What would he be doing? Would he be married with kids? Why has he had to go so young? My granny used to say life comes with a passport, so get travel. Travel lingers for others, or travel lingers for others. Great topic. Thank you very much. It's true. You do seem to generally accept it more when folk are older. I mean, that's what you're grown up to taught into it, that when you get old, you die. So obviously, when it's a younger person, it's a younger folk. It's like getting a kicking that you weren't expecting. Quick kick to the groin, as they say. It's like, whoa, what the? And it just leaves devastation behind. especially with like, what is it, 1 in 4 people commit suicide a year and stuff. You're like, that is it's ridiculous. And these are people which are going through stuff which could potentially be stopped and helped, but there's just not enough services out there, unfortunately, for everybody. Ross, hello, Ross. Hi Keith, how you doing? On break at the moment at work, so I can't go live. Knew it was William's birthday today, and still very much missed. Did lose a friend last Thursday in a car crash in Irvine, Jake Allcroft. It's hard when losing someone close, but their memories stay with you. Well, first of all, I'm really sorry that you lost a friend, and we send all our, obviously, I love our thoughts are with the family. But yeah, it's as long as you keep what Ross said there, keeping the memories of going. I mean, that is something important, because obviously if the memories are there, then they're not truly gone to an extent. But it's trying to keep those positive memories when it was something and they were so young, or it was before the time. I mean, I know for a fact when it was Willie, I was devastated, and it was hard going to carry on and do this. Hence that new hope.
Nah.
But there's a lot of people out there that don't have a support network, or have the places to go to get the help, and being alone and grieving sometimes helps, but also it can be something difficult to deal with, if you know what I mean.
I think as well, some people don't know how to deal with it, and they just
Mm-hmm.
kind of get on with life. But it changes them as a person, and they don't know what's happening. They just think that that's their kind of normal, but really they need to just open up and talk to someone. But they don't have it, so they just get on with their days.
Like throw ourselves into work or other stuff. Oh, geez, well, that's okay. So it turns out that I know the woman, the woman's husband it was. And
Janice had said that.
hello, Janice. That's even worse, because obviously it's somebody I know is going through this, and the amount of people that it touches when somebody passes is pretty damn scary at times. But as Michelle said, you accept it when it's over. When it's an accident or something that you don't want, that's when it hurts the most, I think. I mean, it still hurts, obviously, regardless, but it's much worse when it's something you weren't expecting. I think this is going to be quite a sad pod today.
Nah, mate, give me 10 minutes. I'll crack out a couple of jokes, empty the room, and everything will be good.
So I think what we will do is we'll go through the 7 stages of grief. Just give a wee talk about each one. I mean, don't get me wrong. Just because there is 7 stages doesn't mean you have to go through all 7. You go through 1, 2, 7, none. It's different for everybody. But this is the generalized sort of school of thought that there is 7 stages that that we go through. So the first one, shock. Pretty self-explanatory. It's a shock to them. You weren't some people you weren't expecting it. Even when you are expecting it, it still hurts. It's still a taken aback. You're still, whoa, that's happened, right? So it's not good. Not good. No.
Well, I mean, for myself, I remember the day I got a phone call off. It was one of my mates, me Stephanie. She phoned me and she said, "Colin, have you heard about Big Davy?" And I was like, "No." I was standing in my work. I was like, what's she phoning me for? And then I kind of, yeah, well, he's like, died. I was like, aye, all right. But you know, that way it was just like, everything went hazy around you, and you're just like, uh, right. And it's like, are you all right? And I'm like, I'm fine. But honestly, it was just like a bomb could have went off, and I've been like, all
You
right.
didn't know what to do, did you? That's the same with like when I found out about Wooly. I was in Blackpool, and I just happened to get up, and I had a message off my wee pal Felix. He's like, "Is this true? What about Wooly?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? I don't, what? What's true?" So I'm like, "What do you mean?" He went, I don't know. Is it true?" And I was like, so I went on to obviously Facebook, and yeah, so everybody will be missed. And I'm like, what the fuck? What's happening?
Aye.
Still not 100% sure even what's happening. Then I phoned one of our pals, and I was like, "Oh, what is this? What's happening here?" And as soon as he started talking, I'm like, "Fuck, it's real." Oh no, he has. It's, oh no. You know, where it's like you can hear the shaking in their voice and trying to hold back the tears.
Oh, I mean, like, my mate was, she's sitting down at the whole, are you all right? You all right? And I'm like, aye, I'm Tuesday, but I only got my shift finished here. And then once you come off a phone, you're saying, no, look, I've just got bad news. And everyone's like, are you all right? And I'm like, give me 10 minutes to process this here. You just feel numb.
Mm-hmm, definitely. Aye. As I say, you don't. Most people will probably get shocked, obviously, especially if it's not something expected. But doesn't mean you have to. The next one, denial. You know, that's again another pretty
Not to be
self-explanatory.
confused with the big river in Egypt.
Aye, we don't go by denial. You know, no, he's not dead. Nah, he's
Like
just
I
gonna.
said,
Yeah.
I told you, give me 10 minutes and the jokes will be coming out.
You know, the old denial. It's like, he's not dead. He's just disappeared somewhere. He'll be back. He'll be back. Don't worry about it. He's gone away somewhere and everybody's just taking the mic. Yeah. Nah, there's nothing wrong with him. He does this. Especially if you have a friend like that does just disappear every now and then for weeks on end and then just pops up. Hey, how's it going? You know, so
I know that one. Thought you were pan great, big man.
yeah.
No, partying. All right,
What have you been having this in you? Aye. It's an interesting one is denial. Even though you know it's probably true, you're still like, don't you worry about that. It'll be back. Not really much you can say about denial apart from you make up any excuse to say that they're going to be there. This one's an interesting one now. Bargaining. Now this comes in many shapes and forms. The way I look at this is like, I'll do anything to get them back. Christ, I'll start running a marathon. I'll get fit. I don't give up chocolate. As long as they come back, I'll be a better person. All this sort of stuff. Again, it's not going to make a difference, but it's a different way for folks to deal with things. A gem of a guy. I know it's a tough one. I wish he wasn't gone. Unfortunately, he is. Shawnee, it's man, it's a killer.
Again, this is where you sit and you go, I'd do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe, would you give up the ponytail?
Yep. I definitely would.
I know, and it is. We go through this thing, and you're talking to everyone, saying, "Oh, just wish you were here, and I would do this, and I would do that." And unfortunately, it doesn't. It can't bring them back.
Nope. You just got to keep their memories of him alive and try and make a good thing out of the situation.
But I suppose as well, you need to give yourself the time of just saying that, and then start realizing shit, they aren't coming back.
Yeah,
Whatever they do.
definitely. Aye. All bereavement is time. They say time is a healer. It is. It's never going to go away, but it becomes a lot more manageable.
Aye, definitely.
The next four are ones that I definitely felt when I lost Willie. Guilt. Guilt for not being there. Guilt for not pushing hard enough to talk to him. Guilt for not helping him, not keeping him alive. Yes, I know. I couldn't. I know there's nothing I could do. But still, I went through that whole stage of no. Gotta keep him alive. That was more my fault. If I only did that a bit more, if I pushed him a bit more to play the pool game, or if I just messaged him once more, could have been the difference. And I've said it in like the group that I do feel guilty he's gone, and this is sort of an atonement. The group, as well as helping folk that I failed him, but I don't want to fail anybody else. It's another good one. Yourself, Colin, what do you think?
I mean, same again. Felt guilty because like me, I committed suicide, and the same again. You go through these parts where you sit and go, oh, I wish I'd talked to him. I wish I'd asked him this or that, and things like that. And you kind of sit and go to yourself, oh, we really wish we had the, what would you say, the life skills back then to maybe spot these things and talk to them. But at the end of the day, a lot of people hiding a lot of demons and for suicide, and unfortunately, you can't see a lot of this.
Definitely. I mean, I know we're going on about suicide a lot, but I think obviously with this goes for everything. These don't change just because it's these don't make any difference regardless of how a person passes. It's just our general experience has been suicide, unfortunately.
I suppose as well. I mean, like my brother passed away in '96, but I was what 8, 9-year-old then, so I don't really have much memories of how my feelings were back then. I was just a young boy.
Yeah. You're in hospital just now, thanks to my friend Bobby Clark. How come you're in hospital? You don't have to tell us, obviously. But it's up to you if you want to. Oh, and he's lost his papa through. I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope you're doing okay. And again, we're here if you need us. On to the next point is depression. A pretty common one. You lose a loved one, you lose a friend, a family member, you're going to be sad. There's nothing wrong with being sad. There's nothing wrong with depression. It's absolutely normal. Just becomes an issue if your depression lasts months upon months. Obviously, then you might need a wee bit of help extra. But yes, I felt depression. I needed help. Look for it again. Most people know this story now that have been around the groups for a while. Couldn't find one, so I started my own. It helped, and I knew for a fact that that I needed help. And depression was something I suffer from, but it was getting worse. Unfortunately, and Bobby again has said his friend saved his life. Well, give your friend a high five when you see him. That's fantastic. Well done.
High five, not a fiver.
Aye, I'm a juice. I mean, not much really to say about depression apart from.
Well, I suppose if you are feeling depressed, talk to someone. Biggest thing you can do, just talk to someone. don't feel ashamed. Don't feel anything about it. Just talk. Anyway, if you are struggling with bereavement and you are feeling depressed, talk to someone because at least they can turn around. You can talk away about the person or talk about how you're feeling that and get something. Maybe take a wee bit of weight off your shoulders.
Get
That's
the help.
probably about the only thing I can think of to do.
And again, you will get the help, Bobby. You will. Just accept and let them do what they need to do to help you. That's your best bet for that one. I wish you all the luck in the world, my man. Let us know how you get on. Anger. Oh, Christ. I was angry. I mean, William helped me through all my suicide attempts, and he was there being like obviously the best person that he could be to help, and to know that he did it himself after knowing what I went through. Oh, I could have slapped him. You know, it's like, the fuck did you do that for? Why? You knew what we went through with me. I mean, yeah, I know it's totally irrational. I know, obviously, with being bare myself, it's not something you can really control. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. But I don't know. I just felt like kicking him. It's like you've been through this. You know what happened with me. I mean, come on, let's not do this. And it's like, if I could see him right now, I'd bloody crack him around the head. You know. How about you? Do you have any issues with the anger on your friend?
Oh, 100%, mate. Because
I said Bobby. I don't know.
all right, you stop talking to me now. Right, okay.
Yeah, sorry, I had to address that. No, go on, go for it.
All right, I'm allowed to speak now, right? You're not to chat to everyone else. You making time for me now?
Actually, no, sorry, you've had your time. You've wasted it. No, go for it.
Nah, I mean,
Go
all right. So now you're just cutting me off.
on, you can talk. I'll give
Really,
you. Go for it.
Right, cool. I'm saying I'm allowed to talk. All right, thanks. What were we talking about?
Anger.
Right, cool. So no, myself. I mean, just before he did kill himself, I'd asked him to come over. It was like the first old firm from like Rangers that got back again. We were meant to go up to it, and this planned. I was going to ask him to be the godfather for my unborn kid at the time. And then next thing is bump out. Harry carried himself. All right, well, there's that one out the window. But at the same time, you're sitting thinking, what a fucking prick. It's like, what did he do that for? It's like, he's just messed up my and you're absolutely raging.
Yeah.
Isn't he? Just thought, fuck. Now you think about it, it's like not much you can do, but suppose it's that way. The anger comes in with the bargaining and that there. It's like you're part parcel.
Aye, definitely. So it's all these stages are bizarre. Well, not bizarre, but it's weird how your mind works and processes everything.
Nah,
And then that last one, obviously, is acceptance. You finally get to that stage where you know they've passed on, they're not coming back. And now it's time to heal. It's time to, as much as it's bad to say, move on. It's time. Yeah, it's definitely about moving on and go carry on your life and do right by them if you can. As I said, you don't have to go through all these stages. You could go through one. You could never accept that they're gone. It doesn't mean you're grieving wrong. It just means that your grieving is different to somebody else's. But
wired up different. Just
yep.
you're wired to the moon. That's about it.
And However, though, if let's say it's been a year and a half, and you're still maybe struggling with a bereavement, it could possibly be an idea that you go and see your GP and get maybe a bit of extra help, because it should get easier. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't mean that because you've been there for a year and a half, 2 years, whatever, you're still not ready that you need the help. But if it's doesn't feel like it's getting any easier, then possibly could be a good idea to go and speak to somebody and see what they suggest, your GP, doctor, and so on. And yes, our friend again, who is not a boy, not a girl.
I'm a real girl.
Yeah, basically, that's suicide is about not carrying on with the pain that you've had. It is a temporary solution. It's a permanent solution to a temporary problem on the most parts. Most things can get better, but yeah, unfortunately, it is about not wanting to be in pain, which is a bit of a shame, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, this has been a pretty dire, bloody, depressing thing, isn't it? Okay. Sorry, Mary Jane. I'll get there eventually. slowly but surely. But no, fun in the sun.
Right, Keith, I'm going to leave you for 2 wee seconds on your own. Do you think you can handle it? Yeah. Whatever you do, don't press the red button.
Red button. Right, press the red button. Okay.
Don't press the red button.
Right, don't press it. Sorry. I nearly did there. Thanks for that. Mei Jian. Okay. What? Mei Ji Hen. I'm sorry. I will get it. I'll get it. I promise. News. Well, the news is the same as every week. We are still around. We're still on Facebook. We're still doing our Zoom meetings. They are for the male group on a Tuesday, 7 till 9, and for the ladies group, Wednesday, 7 till 9. Feel free to come along, talk. It's not all doom and gloom. We try our best to make it as funny as possible and lift everybody's spirits. You don't need to talk. You can talk about anything you like. Also, I'm still doing the book, and if anybody is interested whatsoever in, hello, he's back again. Don't tell him don't tell him what I just told him about him.
Wait, what?
You don't need to know. That's all you need to know. If you want to help with the book,
I'm going to watch this back and see what you said.
A peer support book where I'm looking for real people's input about how they dealt with their own mental health and how their life changed and what they've done to support themselves. Also, it gives you the opportunity to hopefully help and save a life, because this book is going to be for people that don't have access to groups like A New Hope or any other third-party groups around them, or hospital help, medical help. I want to be trying to get to as many people as possible, and the only way I can do that is with real stories from real people. The email address was there, and we also, you can sign up to the website or email us. I'll just keep going as it changes, and we'll see how we get on for the next 5 minutes. Email me or anybody from the team and just ask about the book, and I will gladly get back to you and tell you how we can help each other. And is there anything anybody wants to ask? What is it, Colin? Let's try this again without mute on, eh? Come again? What was it you're asking?
How is your day going?
Oh, great. Great day. Went out for a big, massive walk. 8.5 miles. In the
Nah,
sun. My legs feel like jelly, but hey, it's all good. Healthy. Still got a pizza. Not so healthy.
nah, you fucked it there. Like you were
Mm.
on the positive until
Oh,
you said walk.
a walk. Not a walk, mate. Big, massive walk. 8.5 mile. Bloody great day. What about yourself? What have you been up to?
Working, mate.
Oh, aye.
Okay.
That.
We've had quieter than normal, so but I turned that into a productive day and got a lot of paperwork and stuff like that done, so it was all good.
Oh, well, you got the stuff that needed to be done.
No. I'll always keep myself busy.
I know. Someone's got to keep you busy, haven't they? Don't know, but somebody got to be busy. So, aye, I think that is bereavement. If there's anybody who wants to ask us anything, or if you at any point have been hit with bereavement and want to talk more, remember we have our Facebook groups. Search for A New Hope Anyone group, A New Hope male group, or A New Hope ladies group, and we will gladly be able to talk to you there a bit more. You can also email us, or you can message us from one of the groups as well. But also remember, feeling down, depressed, sad, that lasts longer than a few days, there's always your GP you can go to as well. Even in this time of COVID, they will still help. Oh, wait a minute. We need to get rid. Oh, there we go. There's our banners. I was going to look for two. Yeah, there you go. You get them that way. Remember, there's always hope. Also, good name for a book that people can help with. Throw that in again.
You writing a book or something?
Well, try and help as many folks as possible. People want to help out, please email us, visit the Facebook sites, and we'll get you set up and you can give us a wee hand with the book and hopefully save some lives. Is there anything else you'd like to say, Colleen, before we go off for the evening?
Nah, mate, I think for this one tonight, I think we've covered as much as we can. I suppose it's a bit of a somber one.
Mm-hmm. Before I go, Janice, tell Tina, I'm sorry. I know I'm thinking of her. And I think we'll call that for now. Next week, we'll try and make it a little bit more exciting and happy. It's going to be about music. The power of music.
That's good because then I mean I can play some music.
No, none of your music. No, you'll be bad from next week then.
Sorry, we'll just get Jamie on then.
No.
He's got good taste in music.
But yes, the power of music with mental health. And hopefully, if I play my cards right, we might have a wee guest.
Good.
Oh. So it's we'll see you next week with the power of music.